Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be telling you that how to save data in Python to a text file, txt file using a GUI library which is Twikinter. So this is my Python script. So if I run the script here by executing the command which is python app.py, now this will be a graphical user interface. You can see that there are three fields: first name, last name and age. Let me fill out the entries and let me provide age 23 and click on the submit data button. And if I click the submit data button, you will see a text file will be created. As I hit this button, you can see that user.txt. If I open this file, all these three entries will be saved here: your first name, last name and your age. So in this video I will be telling you that how to do this in Twikinter library in Python, how to save the data to a text file. So let's start the video. So let me delete all the code. So just go to your favorite text editor and write app.py file of Python. And for this tutorial, you have to install Twikinter library. So just go to your command line and execute this command, which is pip install Twikinter. So I have already installed this library, so I will not install it once again. So first of all, what we need to do here is that we need to import Twikinter. From Twikinter, we need to import everything like this. After this, guys, we need to initialize the Twikinter app. So app is equal to tk, and then we need to set the geometry of the app. Geometry 500 cross 500. So this is the width and the height of the app. And then we will be setting the title. So the title of the window, so this will be simply Python file handling in forms. So you can give any title of your choice, and let me just start the application. So if I start the application, you will see, if I write here python app.py, you will see that this is a title, Python file handling in forms, and this is a 500 width and 500 height window which is created. So this is a simple Twikinter application. Now we need to add a simple heading. So we can add it by the label module which is there. So this takes a property of text. So whatever text you need to write, so I will write Python file handling in forms. And mind you, all the source code of this application is given in the video description. I have given a detailed blog here. This is my blog. So all the source code is given in the video description. Just go to the description of the video and download the source code. So this is a text here, and we can attach a background color. So BG. So we can give it a color of yellow. Foreground FG. So this will be black. And font size, font is equal to, let's suppose, 10. And lastly, we also need to provide the width and the height. So width of the heading will be 500 and the height will be equal to 3. So after you provide this, you need to add this to the screen, so we can use the pack method to make this heading in the center of the screen. So now if you execute the script once again, you will see this heading which is there inside this. It has got yellow background color and black foreground color. So let me just close this. After this, we will add three labels on the screen for the first name, last name and age. So we will declare first variable first name text, and we will again use label. So simply the text will be equal to here first name, put a colon like this. Then we will have last name text. So this time the text will be last name. And lastly we will have for the age as well, so age text. So this will be label age colon. So now we need to place this on the screen. So we will use not the pack method, we will use the place method. So this expects the x and the y coordinates. So x will be equal to 15 and the y will be equal to 70. and then we will have the last name text also. So this again we will use the place method, so x will remain constant and y will change to 140, and then we will have the age text, so x will again remain constant and y will change to 2110. That's it. So now if you refresh the application, you will see your three labels. So let me just see what is the problem. So, oh sorry, this needs to be text here, so we have like this. So now if you refresh the application, you will see these are the three labels: first name, last name, and age. And now we need to have the three input boxes. So we need to add this input boxes. So first of all, we will declare the three variables. First name will be a string variable, so this will be string var. So this will be a value holder for holding strings. So last name will again be a string, so this will be again string var. But age will be a number, so we need to initialize it to int var, like this. So this will be an integer. So now we have declared these three variables. Now we just need to initialize the input boxes. So let me just declare it first name entry. So input boxes are known as int equenter entry. So we will entry widget, which allows you to type some text. So here you need to provide a variable, text variable. So this is a attribute. You need to initialize it to the first name variable that we have initialized. And then we can provide a width also of this input field to 30, and then we can repeat this for the last name also. So last name entry, so this will take entry, again the text variable will equal to this time the last name, and the width will remain constant, which is 30. And we again need to do this for the same age entry as well. So the text variable will be now equal to the age, and the width will equal to 30. And now once again we need to place these widgets on the screen. So we will again make use of the place method. So x will be here 15 and y is equal to 100. And for placing the last name entry, we will use x again to 15. So x will remain constant and y will change to 180, and the age entry will change to x will remain 15 and y will change to 240, like this. So now if I refresh it, the application, so you will see that these are the input fields which are there: first name, last name, age. And now we just need to add a simple button to the screen so to submit out these entries. So we will initialize a button. So we have a button widget. So this takes some options. First is the app option. So this is the actual app variable. You can see that we are passing this app variable. Next option it takes is the actual text label. So we need to write this submit data, and we need to have a command also. So when we hit this button, this function will execute, which is save underscore info. So we will write this function in the next step. Next we will have a width of 30, and the height will be equal to 2, and the background color bg will equal to gray, like this. And now we need to place this button, so we again use place method. So x will be equal to 15 and y will be equal to 290. So if I refresh the application, you will see our button will be ready. So it will tell me that the save info is not defined, so we need to declare this function at the very top. So we will declare it save underscore info and put a colon, like this. So now if I refresh the application once again, so I think we need to write this function. So let me just remove this attribute from here. put a comma, and let me just show you the button first of all. So this is a button, submit data, and now we need to attach the command, which is save info. So now we need to write this function. So at the top here, save underscore info. So indentation is very much important. So every function has its own space. So inside this function, first of all, we need to get all the entries. First name info, we need to get the first name. We can get this by the first name variable that we have declared, and we can use the get method in order to get its entry. Similarly, we can use last name info to get the last name. Last name get, and similarly we can get age info by age dot get. So now we have got all the values, so we can print it on the screen. So first name info, last name info, and age info. So now if I run the application and you just check the command line. So if I run the application, you just check the command line. If I enter these values, something, click on the submit data. So you will see that last name is not defined. Oh, sorry, we have made a mistake here. This needs to be last name underscore info. So once again, if I close the application and run it, so if I write the first name, so it is saying to us that info, name info is not defined here. Mm, oh, that this is a problem here with the typing. So just wait, close the application once again. My typing is creating some problems. So now if I once again do this, so click the submit data, and now you will see all the three values will be printed out on the console. And now we just need to create a submit text file and append these values. So now in order to open a text file, it is pretty easy in Python. So you declare a file variable and you use the open method, which is there in Python. And here you need to provide the file name, which is user.txt. You can provide any name of your choice. And the second argument is the mode. So we are uh, actually creating the file, so we will be writing. So W stands for writing. So after specifying the mode, we need to write something to that. So we will use the write method. And first of all, we will write your first name, and we will use concatenate symbol, and we will concatenate the first name info like this. Then we will write the last name, your last name, so put some space also from here. And lastly, we will write the age as well. So your age, and now age is in integer, so we need to convert it from integer to string. So now we will use the string method in order to convert it. So age underscore info. So this will actually convert the age into the string. And after you write all this stuff, we need to close the file also. So file.close, that's it. So now your application is complete. So now if I run once again, run this, if I write the age 100, click submit data, you will see all these entries will be printed. And if I check my user.txt, you will see your first name, your last name, and your age 100. And now what I want, we need to have a new line also after we write first name. So we will write the new line symbol, which is there like this on the keyboard. So this will have a line break. File dot write, and sorry, there was a mistake here, so write. So now if I refresh it, click submit data, all this information is printed. If I check the user file, you will see there is a line break here and all the entries are printed inside your user.txt file. So in this tutorial we have saw that how to handle file operations inside your Twiginter application, and all the source code is given in the video description. Check out the video description, and thanks so much for watching this video. If you like this video, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.